What's up? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a tier list of 808s. I'm going through a list of the most popular 808s that I could think of, and I'm going to be ranking them by which ones I like the most. So yeah, stick around. I'll probably make a beat at the end of this. I spent some time putting together a list of 9 808s that I think are some of the more popular ones. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments section below, and let's get right into it. So we've got the Nick Mira All Girls Are the Same one. So that's this. That right there is a fat 808. I think the best way of doing this is to come up with like a mindset of what I want to rank it by. So if I'm making a beat, I think that's a solid 808. So I'm definitely going to put that somewhere in the upper half. I think either A or S. I'm not quite sure. I'm not gonna do S yet. You hear that one all the time. It is such a solid 808, and you can use it in like so many different types of beats. Definitely A tier, could go into S tier. All right, next we've got the low pass 808. I couldn't think of a name for this one. Let me know if you know what the name of this one is. I think it's a more old school style of 808 where it's not trying to draw a huge amount of attention to itself. Would I use this in a beat? Gosh, I don't know. I think I've never used this type of 808 in a beat. So I'm going to go ahead and say C tier, only because I feel like it's not a bad 808. It's just something I wouldn't use. All right, next we've got Zaytoven. I've heard this one called the Plug 808, the Migos 808, the Pyrex 808. I mean, all of these have like different names. Yeah, so the Zaytoven one, that's a solid one. I could use that in like every other beat, if not like 75% of beats. Definitely, you know what? I'm going for it. That's S tier. If you're making hip hop, that's a S tier 808. Next, we've got a unique one. It is the 808 from the DaBaby track. Where are we putting that one? The plus side of that one, it was a very unique 808. You immediately know what song is from it. But when I make a beat with it, anytime you would hear that 808, you would automatically think of that song. And that's not really what you want if you're making a song for someone else. Like immediately think of someone else's song. For that and that reason only, it's going in the D tier because you wouldn't use this like for a regular 808 is what I'm going at. Okay, next we've got the Wonder Girl 808. Also just like in the big group of drill 808s, we've got it right here. The long extended 808, it doesn't have like a shape to it. The whole point of that is to do the pitch automation. This is a tough one. Where does it go? Would I ever make a drill track? That's tough to say. I don't think I ever have. But at the same time, it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot right now. I'm also going to put it C tier. This is just for me. It would have to go in C tier because I'm not going to be using that. I'm sure there's plenty of drill producers out there that can make it work. All right, next on the list, the Spins 808. It is a classic. This is tough for me because I know how important this 808 is to like hip hop and stuff, but I've never put this in a track and thought, man, that 808, it's really hitting. I'm not going to be using this one over either of those. I'm going to put it in B because I think it needs to be respected. It can't go in C tier. Next on the list is the Audi 808 by Nick Mira.
Audi.
I'm pretty sure he used this one in Lemonade. Here's that one. It's pretty unique to me because it has a ton of front end to the 808. Definitely have used that one in tracks before. I guess to me, the line between A tier and B tier is have I used it? See, to me, the Audi 808 goes with less things. Like it doesn't blend as well as I think the All Girls Are the Same 808. I think I might move this one here and then move this one up to S tier. All right, next on the list is the Cash Money AP Fiji 808. Let's go. I remember there was a time where everyone would be asking for the Fiji 808. They would be asking him in the streams to drop the Fiji 808, and here it finally is. To me, on its own, when you're just listening back and forth between all of the 808s, it doesn't seem like it matches up as well. But I know I've definitely used it in a beat. So that's tough. I think I might actually put it in, I'm going to put it in B tier, and I'm going from memory, but I think I've had trouble with this one with some like higher notes. And last on the list is one you might not have heard before, but it is my secret 808 that I use all the time. I'm super happy with it. I actually use it in so many of the hyperpop beats that I work on this channel. And it is the San Holo 808. He released it in a pack with Cymatics. I don't know if it's still out. Here's what that sounds like. It doesn't really seem like a hip hop 808 like some of these other ones are, but it definitely does have its place in basically everywhere else. Like in EDM and, like I said earlier, hyperpop. Definitely use this one. I'm putting it in A tier only because it's not like a as popular one. I feel like the Zaytoven and then the Nick Mira, All Girls Are the Same One, are like a different level of popularity, and so that's why they deserve to be in the S tier. This was definitely not meant to be any disrespect at all to any of the producers on here. I think they're all really great producers, especially Low Pass. He's a really great producer. Some great stuff out of that guy. All right, that seems like a pretty good list to me. I'm gonna go ahead and make a beat now. Let's go. So I had an idea, and it went like da 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 da. All right, now I'm putting on some effects, which should make it easier to get the idea out. Right now, just as the dry guitar, it doesn't really sound like much. All right, and then let's speed it up too. All right, I think what this needs next is a good bass idea. Boom. All right, let's speed it up. I'm not feeling that slower tempo. I'm going to be using the San Holo 808 like I was talking about earlier. I just think it fits really well with so many different things. I'm putting in a fill lead. I'm going to keep it small and just like really in the distance. Ooh, I actually have an idea for this. I want to throw a ton of delay on it. I want this to go out of pitch over time as a delay. In context, it sounds like this. Next thing to put in here, I want to put some chords possibly. All right, I think this is important right now. It doesn't sound great on its own, but it's not supposed to. It's supposed to play a role. It's not supposed to be the main thing. So I'm actually going to leave it as is, just as raw as it is, and just see how it sounds in the whole beat before I put any processing on it. I'm going to do something that I don't normally do, and I'm going to put a tape effect on here. I think it would make it sound cool. I just realized I never actually put the kick in there. I'm just going to keep it simple. All right, now that most of the track is done, I'm gonna go look for some effects to put in here and maybe do some arrangement stuff, and I'll be back in a second. I just spent some more time on this and I turned it into more of an idea with a little intro. I didn't really add any effects like I sometimes do. I added a fill or something, but I just wanted to use instruments this time. The main thing I put in was EXO Tour Life type intro where it sounds like it's halftime. What I'm also doing over here is that little arpeggio thing. I just turned it into a single blip in the intro. And then the last thing I did is I pitched up this guitar and I added a band pass on it. All right, that's going to be it for this beat. I'm going to go ahead and play it in a second. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much for all the support. All right, here we go.